Yeah, I didn't tell them. Like, yeah, I was hit by a car, no big deal.
Ooh. I'm trying to think when I have done it that last time.
That's a tough one.
And I'm like, okay, now I can go back.
This is part 2 of Ask an Introvert, where introverts answer questions extroverts always wondered about. Oh no, I forgot my glasses. Now you can't see my eyes, and you feel more intimidated. Remember that the purpose of this video is to learn more about introverts and to get inspired of our diversity. The first question is, would you prefer that your new friends would initiate contact with you themselves, or that you would initiate contact with them yourself?
Ooh. Well, it's always easier when they do it.
I think the answer is obvious.
Definitely that they start the conversation with me.
Of course, it's easier that they come to me.
It's always easier to be lazy and wait for the other one to do the work.
I can do it. In some situations, I don't really mind doing it. It's fine, but it is easier when someone else does it.
And it makes you feel better if the new friend contacts you.
If you could change any tradition related to socializing, what would you change?
That's a tough one.
That's a good question. I don't really know.
I think it works pretty fine how it is now.
I'm okay with the Finnish style, I guess. Being a little reserved, not needing to greet everyone you don't know, just the ones you know.
I'm thinking.
I think like socializing right now it's okay. There's a lot of online socializing as well as in person. I always prefer in person. I think it's nicer to make a connection that way.
Like, it's just like certain people.
It's kind of difficult because now during this pandemic, I feel like socializing is a bit different. So we all have to learn new ways.
I guess I would say I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Sorry.
So tell me, how would you like people to communicate with you?
By text.
In person,
I don't really like calling people.
not just through phone.
Short and precise.
Just being themselves.
Short and powerful.
Straightforward. I don't like chit-chat.
Like sometimes they start explaining something, like they're beating around the bushes, trying to kind of like make a story before they get to the point.
It's nice to see people's personal ways to connect with people.
So I prefer just get to the point.
I want to deal with business.
Introverts are known to have a need to recharge their social batteries after human interaction. So tell me, what happens if you have to socialize non-stop?
Well, I guess it depends always on the situation again, but
I would get stressed.
I would just shut down and just stay in bed. Do nothing.
It makes you feel overwhelmed.
I think I get very tired.
Yeah, I would say my battery is quite long.
It's kind of like hard to focus on anything if I can't do that.
And if somebody tries to like text or call or something, I would ignore, depending on who is the person.
The longer I postpone that recharging, it's more difficult for me to interact with people.
If I'm still in the situation, I'm like, I don't know, that haven't happened before.
The biggest thing for me is just the tiredness. You just feel like, oh, I really want to sleep or something. I just have to get a rest.
I can do a week. It's all right.
How much you can't do?
I don't know. A week of hardcore, all day long interaction is the most I've done.
But what I have done is sometimes I just, in a social event or at where there's a lot of people I'm interacting with, sometimes I just go to the bathroom, even though I didn't really need to use the bathroom. So I just go there. I'm there for like 10 minutes or whatever is an appropriate time at that point. And I'm just there, sitting by myself. And I'm like, okay, now I can go back.
Okay. I always wondered, when do you decide to initiate conversation yourself?
Ooh. I'm trying to think when I have done it that last time.
If it's like a truth or dare, then I'm dare to approach someone. That's more like a joke answer.
If I have a reason to initiate it,
If I really need something and there's no other way to get it.
No, I don't.
I think usually that happens with a friend, you know. I want to know how my friends are doing, or I just want to have a chat with them.
like if I want to get to know someone, or if I need to ask a question or something.
Unless like there's a need. If I need to do something, there's like a goal.
Usually not out of boredom, not usually.
Yeah. Oh, how about like your family? Do you initiate with them, like you text your mom or?
Oh yeah, no, not really. Yeah, I don't really care about what's going on with my family, unless it's something important. Not like how was your week and stuff like that. Like cut it out. I'm fine.
Or sometimes I'm trying to get better at socializing. So sometimes I'm just like, okay, you go here, you have to talk with at least with 2 people. So I'm just trying to convince myself, okay, just go and it'll be fun.
Like there's this one time I was in a car accident. I was hit by a car when I was biking. My parents didn't hear the news before. Like they heard the news after like a couple days. They didn't know it immediately. It was their friends who got wind of my situation. They called my parents. Then they say like, "Did you hear that Eric got hit by a car?" And like, what? No. Yeah, I didn't tell them. Like, yeah, I was hit by a car. No big deal.
But I remember you would like very often comment on my stories on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's not what people usually do. So I kind of thought like, oh, you're so extroverted. You just like text all the time. People you don't even know. So how would you explain that? Why have you done that?
Well, I would say on social media, I often do comment different things if they're like something that I like, because you do a lot of things that I'm interested in, like entrepreneurship and like schooling, education. So sometimes you post something about that, and I'm really interested in that. So I'm always looking to make like some kind of a comment which could create a more meaningful connection.
Thank you for introverts who answered, and thank you for watching this video. If you're an introvert, you know what to do. Answer these questions in the comments. If you're extrovert, ask more questions for introverts, and then they can answer you in the comments. Obviously, if you made it this far, consider subscribing, because I'm gonna make many videos about psychology, especially introverts. Love introverts. They're special, magical, wizards. This is my thinking pose. I wish I wouldn't be alone. Then I could joke with someone. Did you know that I talk to myself?